Next up on deck is David Pantano from Philadelphia. I've known David. I actually met David a long, long time ago. He probably doesn't remember, but I do. Met him. We actually ended up pairing up together in, I think it was Vegas at a Tatum seminar, right?
Yes, Vegas.
We didn't even know each other's names at the time. We shook hands, and then next thing I know, he kicked me in the groin. But yeah, I've known David for a long time, and he went his way, I went mine, and then here we are 54 years later, and we're able to have this talk. So I think it's actually it's pretty cool how things kind of come full circle. So with that being said, Francisco, anything you want to add before we turn it over?
Mr. Pantano, experience-wise, amazing. I mean, cover kickboxing, Krav Maga, Jiu-Jitsu, American Kempo. He's a 7th degree under Mr. Tatum. He's an amazing martial artist, amazing person. So he's gonna take you to the next level and explosive and energy. And we're actually, I always said, Mr. Pantano is the one who's taken the art and the real scenario, a very practical way to see martial art and to see American Kempo. You know, we understand we got amazing art with so many rules and principles. Mr. Pantano always taking in the most real scenario the art. So it's a pleasure, sir. Thank you so much. We know for many, many years with Mr. Pantano as well, and it's such an honor to see you here again, sir. So it's all yours. I get back to you, Joe.
Yeah. All right, David, you have 35 minutes. Everybody has 35 minutes. Please post your question and comments in the chat so he can check them out during the program. And David, sir, it's all yours. Good luck. Thank you so much for doing this. We will see you in 35 minutes.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So if you have a partner, that'd be great. If you're just watching, awesome. And if you're working on a bag, you adapt everything. So we're just basically going to work off of some different scenarios. I want to thank everybody for being here. This is awesome. Thank you, Francisco and Joe, for having me on. It's awesome. There's a lot of people on here making me nervous. So if I just start hitting people, I won't think about it. So let's get started, guys. All right, so your mask up here. Okay, so what we're working on first is the aggressive grab. We're gonna do close quarter combat today and preemptive striking. And I'm pretty much gonna work almost the same thing. So it's gonna almost be a universal answer for many things instead of having to go through the Rolodex in your head. Right here. So the first, with the scenario we're working on is a violent grab and start hitting to the head. Again. So it's not a grab and waiting. It's going to be, which we train for, so we can do this. Everything is in steps. I can't adapt to that if I don't do it this way first. So by no means, don't hear what I'm not saying. I'm not saying don't do the technique. You have to have a curriculum. And anytime, as soon as your technique stops working so well and you're having trouble, you got to go back to the book. So he's just going to demonstrate what's happening. This is what's happening, right? So right away, when I'm grabbed, my flinch mechanism is to cover my head. As I do this, I'm going to come here, and I'm going to come down here. Now, as I do this, I want to focus on his elbow. If I just go here, he can take his arm and come up obscure wing. Right. I don't want this happening. So when he starts grabbing me, and I'm not going to fight, he says he violently grabs. So when you're working with each other, grab hard so it hurts and start hitting. Inside, hit, turn. And from this position, tuck your head here so he doesn't have a chance to get away. I want to pop. I want to work on that joint. I can do a gable grip. But see right here, I don't want to grab my legs. So I want you to bring your partner down gently so he has a reason to put his hand to the floor. That way, I can start hitting him. Because if I don't put his hand to the floor, he can come in and grab me or do an uppercut on my beanbag. Okay? So watch again, guys. So he comes in and he starts hitting. And it's okay. If you get hit the first time, I don't want you to do an ideal face where you go in every time. Let him grab you, start hitting you. And you're inside. Then it's the next shot. Then it's this to bend him down. And I want to move out of his line. As I do this, I pull in. And I knee him in the face. And we can also go right to this here and break. So one more time, then we'll start working it. We're getting grabbed. You're not doing this part of your forearm. You're coming in and you're spearing. You're literally right into the pack. So he starts beating on your head. And then if this is not successful, and it may not be, you got to bang with your wrist bone into the neck. Then hit step off your line. I can go here, put his hand to the floor, knee him. If you want, then you go to your extensions. And I gently go here, I grab my forearm, and I just pull, and that's where I work, and I break. All right, so let's work that out for a minute, guys. Let's go. You guys patch your up front. Let's go start working nice and easy. Work in. And you three. So for at home, I'll let these guys beat the brakes off each other. It's a cover and hit. Striking. Okay, if this doesn't work, knee strike, and then pull right in. Knee. And if you're working on a punching bag, it's simply from here, you're covering, getting low in your stance, head right here to the pec, and this strike here, right to the neck, knee strike. So you can practice on a bag or by yourself. Best always with a partner. We're gonna build off of this in a minute, guys. Get that shoulder, guys. All right, guys, bring it in for a minute. So let's stop for a second. So look, guys, bring it again. Again, it's a violent grab. And we're going to work off of some things off of the punch. But right now, again, when you get grabbed, this is the first reaction. Now, why would I let someone get some closer? We don't know. Okay, you could be in a line. It could be Black Friday, Happy Holidays. But ideally, no, I don't want him close to me. But sometimes that just happens. I'm here, we're talking right here, and it just goes. And he's hitting me and jarring me. And if I can't block everything. So I have the initial shock, my flinch mechanism. I want to control this. I want to use my head cover. And I want to pull inside, right to the neck, right to here. So let's add a what if. If I do this right, and I go here, and he releases, then I don't have this anymore. 1, 2, bag, and we go off our thundering hammers. Ideally, we don't want, if you have to do 7 shots, he's really good. And that's possible. Watch YouTube. So when he grabs me, I might go here, and this, if I do it right, or if it's hit his face, fine. Now his hands want to go where his head is. And we're going to monitor. So if I hit him here and his hands go up to his face, I don't necessarily want to go grab this. I'm not going to try and grab his arm back and finish the technique. I do this palm to the back of his head, which puts hands up, and then right here, ball, and then right here, watch. Don't come from Chicago. Only thing I can't go from Chicago is Glenn. And I hit here, and we move off our line. So let's work off that, guys. Go. So now you're coming in. You got your head cover, and it's immediate release. Okay, we work with our 5 swords. This comes up behind the head. Uppercut him in the beanbag. And then you have your thundering hammers, and it is a quarter beat timing. The one thing you want to see from this end here is that when he's grabbing you, and it really doesn't matter what side, if he's pulling me in, that's the next shot, nothing changes. When you're here, and he releases, and I'm here, and his hands go up, this right here, when you see this and this is as I hit, right across the face. All right, guys, let's go. Work it out. Let's go, Kempo UK. So we're inside, dropping our height. This releases. Going back to the neck. Pop to the balls. Thundering hammers. Move it off your line on the thundering hammers. And a switch step. And then you start working. You don't have to stay with it. Work the concept. Work the principle. Okay, so now, let's change this up now. So now I'm here, Brian. And from this position now, he's swinging around, has punch at me. Now this right here, right has punch is the most common punch ever thrown in a street fight. These guys are police officers. And that's, come here, guys. So these guys are law enforcement officers, and they're also instructors for defensive tactics. What is the most common punch and how is it thrown? Right, so when we're here, you want, once you start getting hit with this, then he starts following up with other punches. It's because you're in this amazing shitstorm. So from this position, when he's coming in, I'm here, and then we'll go to preemptive. Right now, it's defensive close quarter cut. Come here, guys, bring it in. So watch, I'll show you how the situation can arise. We're all hanging out. we're in a bar or we're outside of a movie theater, if that ever happens again. And I can't necessarily move around. I can't, these guys are back, but we're just close together. I can't say step back and do my thing. Like I got this guy who wants to get in to get the free TV. So when I'm here, this way here, we're gonna go right to part of our heavy ascent. You're making it right here. It's almost like an A-frame. And when I teach the kids, I say Batman's cape. So we're in to that. That's where we want to go. We move off, and we always move off our line. So your first move is Batman's cape. If I have room and I'm far away, yes, I could be here. Unfortunately, when he comes in and he starts hitting with both hands, this is what's happening. So even if he goes with both hands, boom, that's my first shot. And if he does connect, at least I'm covered so with the other hand. So we're in from that position. You don't wind up from here. I drop my hips. This is the next shot. I'm not just hitting to the face if the head present. First level target, ideally anything along the side of the head. Now, I can either punch by punch, I punch downwards. 1, 2. This guy, I can punch him. He's being nice. He's dumbing up for me. But if I hit him, he's probably going to look at me and get really pissed off. So 1, the next shot, and this come together. And then I can slice it right across the face, move off, and we strike. So 2 phases will work, 2 ideas. One is here, and this ideal phase, and then move off your line. Always move. The drill is not over until you move off the line. The other one is we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we move off, and we strike. So let's work that out, guys. All right, go beat each other up. So it's this, okay? Very much like what you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're coming in. Everything is tight. Jason Arnold, you're really great with all this stuff here. Boom. 1, 2, 3. His hands go up. You smash his hands against his face. Quarter turn. It's a boxing quarter turn. But when it passes the body, it hits the body, and then I can go down for the groin strike. So again, when you're at home, let's work from this side, guys. I'm in. I'm like, dude, back up, please. Hit with both hands, 1, 2. That's what's gonna do it again. Go, just keep hitting. That's what's gonna happen. So it's best if you move into it. That's your shot. Sorry, buddy. Okay, and then we're here. That's where we want to be. Oops. The next shot always works. Well, it's watch UFC. Eye jabs, neck shots, groin strikes. These are the things that stop people, not necessarily a punch to the stomach. Okay, we're gonna go on this about 60 more seconds. Again, we're just introducing ideas. What's up, Kempo UK? You guys are so badass, man. I love you guys. Jason Arnold, what's up, my brother? Okay, 1 more minute, guys. Work this out. Then we're gonna move on to preemptive striking. Mary, how are you? Luis Garcia, Savannah Pantano, my monkey. Mauricio, man, much respect. Mad respect for you. When this is over, we're going to have drinks. I love you, man. Luis, thanks for your support, guys. All right, and time. All right, guys, so now, that's good. This is the stuff, man. It's hitting each other and feeling things, not talking about it. All right, so let's bring it in. And remember, you can't do any of these techniques, and if you're a Kempo person, you would know what they are. If you don't, it's striking is striking. I'm not gonna tell him Kempo elbow or Krav Maga #1 elbow or Muay Thai. I just want to hit him with the freaking elbow, and I want to go home. And everything is a follow-up in case the one thing doesn't work. So now we're gonna work off of some preemptive striking. So I get my goon squad. They move in here. Thanks, good. And so now I'm here. I'm like, dude, back now. Always, you don't ever want to be like, listen, because when I'm in this position, unless a kickstand comes out of my butt, which would be fun and exciting. And strange at the same time, I'm going to fall straight back and he shoves me. And people shove for 2 reasons: to make space and to intimidate. So here, I'm trying to mind my own business. We're all in line. Eyes first. That's it. So like I said, anything that's illegal in fight sports, you want to know. I can punch him in his supraorbital brow, boom, and I break my hand. Okay, I can palm him in his face, and he looks at me because I weigh 150 pounds and you weigh 220. So I want to be talking my distraction, my ninja hand, hey man, I'm sorry, eyes. And right here, now I'll go either to the throat or to the floating rib. So I'm really doing parting wings, but I'm here, 1, 2, 3, 4, hammer fist, and then I'm gonna collapse this elbow. So slowly, 1, 2, 3. Now, whether he puts his hand on this, can hit the face, doesn't matter. Now I'm closing the deal with a heavy strike, pop. That's where I want to be. So watch again. We got our 1, 2, 3, 4. Now right here, if you could do shielding hammer or gathering clouds when I hit, I can work this, and then move your head this way, and we can work through. So you're working multiple striking sides. So watch, I'm here, eyes. Hey man, back up, dude. I'm sorry, leave my buddy alone. Okay, a little bit left, eyes. Here, right here, right inside. Watch again. Eyes, midsection covering my face, striking. This hand, I'm hitting across. You can swim. I can go here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want, not everybody's gonna move the same as me or anybody else there, but the one thing you open with is the eye strike. You come down into this area, not the solar plexus where he's tight. I come in here, come across that neck, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's play on it, guys. Make it your own. Your entry is your eyes, covering, pulling, and either hammer fist or elbow. It depends. If you're still moving in, because your strikes aren't effective, I can suggest an elbow. If you have your distance, hammer fist, 1, 2. Let's play it up, guys. We'll be back in 1 minute to add some changes. All right, guys, this show work. Eye jab. Now, you don't want to come here, Brian, let me borrow you. Now listen, guys. Here's the thing. I'm good. Look. Let me borrow Bill for a minute. I'm good. So look, what's really good, like, you know, everybody except for Bruce is bigger than me. This is what we're dealing with. So if I punch him, if I push him, he'll look at me. If I punch him, he'll look at me. That's why you carry a gun. I'm in my position. I'm talking. I'm like, hey, distraction, eyes. Where would someone's hands go? So stay right there. No, don't even do anything. If you're working with your partner and I go eyes, ribs, balls, and he stands there looking at me, either your striking sucks or you're not dummying up. The lesson is by dummying up. If I'm here and I see his hands go up, that teaches me to go down. Then that teaches me to follow through. Here, what we're doing from this side, after my head strike, eyes, and I'm here. When I go here, eyes, hit, pop, hit that swim. That's the deal you want to seal right there. Attacking high, low. 1, 2, create your space, 3, 4. All right, guys, let's go. Dummy up, play the game. Someone gets hit in the eyes, hands go up. Someone gets hit in the groin, their hands go down. Right, keep working, keep slow with it. Then step off. If you conceal carry, grab your weapon. Yeah, there you go. Right, just flow with it. Have fun with it. Move through. Eyes, hit. If you hit across his face, rebound off. But if I go here, swim off of that. All right, I'm ready for it. Look, guys. What you want to understand from this, and we're gonna do it from this angle so you guys can see. If I'm here, even if I get the eyes and I get the stomach shot, it's the pulling action across here. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I go up here and he parries my hand out of the way, that's why we need follow. I can't go, sorry. I'm here, parry the hand right away, eyes. Then I still must continue to strike, move off my line and go. You don't want to just stay in front of him. And you got to have your fallback. If I go here and he parries it, my swimming techniques, now watch, look, he just added, this wasn't part of the lesson at all. He blocks, don't be starting, right here, this comes up, we go close quarter combat. And we go back to where we were at the beginning. So preemptive striking, you're gonna work your drill, which is naturally you, but now he parries, I come here, he blocks, that's defensive, strike again. Elbow in, punch down, and as I punch down, come here, and then right back in, hammer fisting or elbows, moving off your line, neck shots, knees. All right, guys, let's try it one more time. Then we'll open with another one off the hooking wings offensively. See my stance, Master Mike, Master Tatum, close together. Yeah, careful. Right, it's the flow drill. Let's keep going. Eyes. Pop, pop. Whack. All right, time. Right, Brian. All right, guys, bring it in. So while we're on this subject here, you should always work the techniques, left leg lead, right leg lead. It really just doesn't matter. You can't, if he pushes me back this way, I have to defend off of this side. If I'm protecting a third party, I might have my hand out here. So this is my fence now. I always want my stronger side forward. My stronger side is my right side. So I don't necessarily want this forward, but we can't always decide where we're coming from. I may be talking in this direction, and all of a sudden he's here. I have to defend from this angle. Okay, so now we're gonna work off of, this. Okay, and he grabs and he's gonna start punching me in the back of the head. Bang! One thing, so let go. So he's grabbing on that, grab. Ow! Good, grab heavy. Start hitting. This is the danger. Plus, hold tight. I can't necessarily turn into him too easily. I can move off. But when I'm here in this position, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come up with this elbow here underneath. So I'm here, I know by the stimulus, I'm being stuck, I'm here. So if he's pushing, I'm here, and now I can hit to the balls, or I can work off my flinch mechanism, move this way with me. And I'm in this a little bit more, I mean, you can see. So I'm here, right up top. So as he starts hitting my skull, so I'm here, this comes right up the middle from the screw line. So if I want to hit down low and then come up, or if I want to go up top, now my front foot, when I come with this, grab heavy and hard turn, this is where this comes up. Now I'm back in position. Someone's getting hits in the face with an elbow, they're not necessarily worried about holding your arm anymore. And again, like I said, I don't want to have 9 million answers to the same problem. I'd rather have one. So whether he grabs me and I'm here, start hitting my head, here, or if he starts hitting my head right away, that way, see that? This is your reaction. And then he's gonna hammer fist you. Thank you, sir. So when I'm getting grabbed, up top to this, or, now look, keep your head off to the side. When you hit, this is basically white belt technique, capture twigs. When I hit, I want that trigger. I don't want to wait. I just 1, 2, straight up, bah, and then I stay small, and I turn it into hit. That's my 5 swords. Now I come off, which would be the extension of David Mace, and I fold this on his head here, and that sets me up to blow that knee out. So we're here, he starts getting donkey punch, right here, and then we're here. So you got to make these all your own. If you don't have range of motion in your shoulder, I know this is not going to happen, but this can. And then I turn in. This is incidental. This just happens. So watching closely. When you're here, start hitting. When I go here, it's an elbow. Look, but you learn all that stuff from trigger slew. The past the body hits the body. The slower I make things, the better I can do. And moving on. So let's play off of that, guys. It's this or this to this. Now, if you have no range of motion in your shoulder, okay, 1, 2, and then I just turn into him and I just start working from here. Chop, chop, pork chop, let's do it. All right, guys, break it down. So you're here, if you have range of motion, you're being shoved. So even if you're training at home, you are being shoved. Turtle in, hitting, pop, or just come right with it in your turn. Adjust your stances, your covering drills. That's why all these things are necessary. If I don't train covering drills and covering, I can't do this. So you have to have your basics really strong. So I'm coming in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything nice and tight. Good, yeah, watch the face, guys. There you go, nice. There you go. Good. Use your cover guards, guys. Cover guards, hands up. 1 more minute, guys, and we're going to another idea off of this. If you notice, everything involves certain techniques are universal and they're great for everything, such as 5 swords, parting wings. That forward-backward motion is very important. You have to have that body sponsorship. All right, guys, bring it in. So if we went from here to here, and this to this earlier, preemptive striking, I'm talking on my head. I would go to the groin. Ideally, I'm not going to try to kick a leg. Ideally, in class, you did this. I have a better chance of hitting. If I go like this and I miss, this is right. It's like shooting. Why don't you shoot in the leg? Because you can miss easier. So in this situation, I'm here. I'm here. I want this. Right. If I'm moving back, I don't want to kick. Okay. If I'm moving back, I'm definitely going to strike. I'm here now. Also, when I'm having a conversation, I can do one of 2 things. I can step back, or I can step forward as I'm talking. It delivers 2 different messages. I'm giving him a chance to save some face. Okay. If I step forward, I'm still getting a chance to save some face, but I am also establishing some dominance. Okay. I'm showing this is my territory. We're here. I'm giving him some space. Depends on the situation, what you want to do. I'm in over here. That's where I'm going first. Now watch. When I kick him into his groin, even if you miss, that's natural reaction. As I'm coming down, I'm here in this position. As I'm coming down, you can catch. Boom. I want to go into hooking wings. So as I'm here, as I hit here, so 1, 2, and from this position now, he moves in. That's where I want to go. I want to finish up with my 5 swords in heavenly ascent. Again, I'm not going to use the technique as a base. This should be the end of it. However, he's high on wet. I broke his nose, nothing. He blocks my hand, bang, here, back to where we were, and that's what we did before with parting wings. So I'm in my position, I want distance, 1, 2, 3. And if he blocks it, you continue your motions. So when I'm here, I'm in danger right now of him stepping in, grabbing me or anything else. So that's why if I'm here, if I get this from my 5 swords, I now use a quarter turn and I move off, or I use my trigger salute. All these motions. All right, guys, let's play off of that. It's a groin kick, followed by 2 hammer fists. If they both connect, follow with 5 swords and parting wings. If it doesn't connect, follow through 5 swords. You got to keep whacking at this guy, chop him down. Right. So again, I'm here. In my head, if I hit him, I got this up top where I'm here, I move off. If he blocks after this first shot, he blocks this. I'm not gonna leave it there for the grab. I want to continue moving, pop, and then aim for targets that are gonna hurt. All right, let's go, guys. Boom. Boom. Land with this. Don't bring your weapon backwards. Turtle in. 1, 2, 3. Moving off. Doesn't matter how you move off. If he's close, it's an elbow. If he's farther, it's a hammer fist or a palm strike.
Make that the victim side, I'm going to go. Yeah. You know what I mean? Definitely go. Calm down.
Yes, that's it.
Well, that's my favorite anyway.
Yes, that's it.
Do that again.
1 more minute, guys.
Again, safety.
Oh, I love it. I'm so tempo aroused. All right, time. So again, we're not sitting here trying to get everything. We're exchanging ideas. We're basically having a physical conversation. How are you, Tiny? So for the close quarter combat and flank attacks, we're here, we're talking, and now I'm in this position. Maybe I'm protecting somebody else, and I'm in a side stance, or maybe I'm talking to someone. He comes up and he comes for his attack. Regardless, when we're in this position, okay, and I'm here, and I know there's someone at my flank. If I'm here, we're arguing. He walks up. That's my strike. If he grabs my shirt, that's my strike. Everything is off of everything we just did. Nothing really has to change. So whether I'm in front, whether he's grabbing, none of it matters. The things that you train the most and are the most comfortable to you are what you're going to respond with. The other stuff that you're not good at that you have to think about, you'll never respond with. That's gonna be flushed right down the toilet in a panic situation. So if I'm here, can I borrow you two? You guys here? So we're in tight. Bruce over here too. So we're just so you can see. So we're having this conversation, and we're just talking, but this guy's a little threatening. I don't necessarily have to turn and be like, hey, wait. If I feel like I'm in close quarters and I don't want to wait, I can come from here. 1, 2. Now watch. 1. Or this is my greeting to him. 1. Now as I'm here, 1, 2. Now you see when we have extensions, we go 1, 2, 3, and down. All I'm doing when I'm in a situation, if I see him coming up, this, because his head is going to be up top. I mean, his hands are going to be up top where his head is. So I don't necessarily always want to go to the top. If I can go to the bottom and I'm here and I see this out of the corner of my eye, I adjust my stance. 1, come up in a small circle, ring the bell. Now I can move off. Again, we're here, too close, what we just did. Or ring the bell, and from here, this comes around. 1. As it comes off, 2, 3. He moves in, 4. And then we start moving off our line of attack. So it's a flank attack. You can be done from either side. I mean, if I'm in this position and it's him, and I'm here, nothing has to change. We're having a good conversation. So when you're home, work either with a bag or a partner. You're here, we're all talking, and this guy comes up here. Move from this position. 1, 2. Don't go 1 and 2. He'll answer with his own. Keep everything tight. Because if I hit him here, hit with the other hand, bang, right. So I don't want this happening. So 1, 2, 3, get in that mix. Then I'm off. 1, 2, 3, 4. If he's farther, 4. Then I'm here and moving. You can also work from that first position, 1, 2, which we did a second ago, and then hitting and skipping. Regardless, I want it from a flank attack either here or here. So working from the down to the up. And a violent follow through because his hands are going to come up. You're swimming. It doesn't mean I can't go 1, 2 up the pike, but most likely when his hands are here now, I've got to start changing and getting out of the way. Don't turn your back on somebody because now you're going to have to hope you know your other stuff. All right, guys, let's work it out. Tap, tap, and roll. So when I'm here, guys, tap, tap here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So many different options. Goes right back to 5 swords. Yeah, 5 swords. Or parting wings. With the right leg forward. Yeah, right. You're tracking the body. That's really all we're doing here. We're tracking the body.
Oh, they're nuts. They're nuts. Yeah.
Thanks, Mauricio.
I do too, but I'm still not going to try and hit it.
Nice, guys. The Frank Vigoro Club. What's going on, guys? I just got a thumbs up. All right. All right, now time. Here's how we're going to finish all this up. Okay, so watch. Okay, everybody stop what you're doing. Where the hell am I? Oh, what's that? Where am I? There I am. Okay, so watch. What I'd like to finish this up with is the lesson, whatever you taught at the beginning should be relevant to the end. So what you want to work on now, whether you're in the air or you have a bag or you have a partner, you want to start brailing these techniques and meshing them together. Okay, brailing means you're feeling, you're tracking. So basically all day we worked off of all of these things, from here to here, from here to here to here, and moving. It's like a boxing match. We're hitting combos, we're moving. What I want you to do now is work off of whether he's swinging at you, to what we did. If he's swinging at you, to what we did. If you're preemptively striking, to what we did. If he's off a flank attack, to what we did. And use those patterns, the natural following through. This is natural for people, but cover up. This you're just punching you're punching your arms out. So by training to go to those levels, Kempo is high, middle, low lines. So by training this all the time, where can we get a target? Okay, so right now work the drill off a grab, off a punch, left side, right side, from the rear, pop, 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 pop. Nothing changes. All right, guys, let's go. Just like the government, nothing changes. All right, let's go, guys.
And nobody works.
And nobody works. We're gonna finish up. Joe, what do we got? 60 seconds, I think, right?
Yes. Okay, good. Brian, working first. Still, Bill, working? Yeah.
All right, we're gonna close up in 1 second, guys. Frank Musto, what's up, my friend? Can't wait to see you soon, man. Jetty Tang. All right, and time.
All right, guys, bring it in.
All right, Jojo, Pizzaglia, Francisco. Hello.
Yep, I'm here.
All right, so that's our presentation, guys.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say you actually have 14 seconds left, so that was flawless.
Oh, my vaccination.
Guys, get him, get him. You got 14 seconds. So, no, actually, what I was gonna say was I was about to come back on right now and tell you that you had 5 minutes left. So I'll leave it up to you. If you're done, you're done.
I think that was a lot that we put out there.
So what we can do at this time then is, if you want, is we can field some questions. If anybody, we'll ask everybody to unmute their microphones right now, and if you want, you can leave any questions and comments. We're not, but before we do that, or as we do that, I should say, while they're unmuting their microphones, there was a couple of things that I just wanted to mention, Dave, that I wrote down personally while you were doing your program. And that is one was, which I'm sure you already saw, you had to mention Batman, but what I thought was really even cooler than that was how you had to make reference to his cape. So yeah, that was pretty cool. No, and then you had mentioned also, and that most of the gentlemen that are with you today are law enforcement.
Yes.
Correct. And so once again, I want to give a shout out to you folks and you gentlemen and you ladies, if there are any ladies there as well, for everything you do. Because David will tell you, I know some of the hardship you go through. So I can't thank you guys enough for the sacrifice that you guys make and how you guys put yourselves out there every day. So I want to give you guys a round of applause for that too. So thank you very much for that. And the last thing I want to say personally to you, David, is that, and I'm not just saying this, I'm a pretty straight shooter, and I think you know that. That was fantastic. That was amazing. That was probably one of the most exciting things I've ever seen you do. I love how you incorporated, bringing all these guys into the scenario, the environment, and making that transition from Kempo into more of a realistic and street geared approach. I mean, I've seen you do it before, but the whole level of energy was just different today. And I had a really tough time sitting here watching. It really bothered me because I wanted to start smashing things, and I'm in my own house, so I'd have to pay for it. So, so thank you so much for that. And obviously, I meant to mention this also, that you guys are more than welcome to come back on the program. Same thing with Dominic, and this goes out for anybody. That's what this is all about. I'm watching as you guys are going. I'm watching all the other people online having at it and training. And I just think that is truly an amazing and a beautiful thing for everybody. So thank you so much, David.
That was wonderful. That was a great job.
Thank you.
Definitely. I mean, you can see, like I said in the beginning of the seminar, Mr. Pantano experience is definitely taken the dojo, the training, and the studio, the formal training, to the street, to the real scenario. And that is something important to, especially for our Campo community, that we're so strict in rules and principles of motion. And when you see something more practical and sophisticated, simple at the same time, it's that's give you a lot of ideas with this particular scenario. I'm sure everybody opened their minds, and you can see how far you can go with your training, with your campo, with your experience, in the art. So thank you so much, Mr. Pantano. It was phenomenal, like always. Your energy and your kindness. Thank you so much. We really enjoyed it. Thank you, sir. Get back to you, Joe.
Thank you, Francisco. Okay, guys, we're going to call it a wrap. Before we do, once again, thank you, David. Thank you, fellas, for stepping out there today and helping him out. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for coming on a weekend, especially Easter weekend. If you celebrate, happy Easter to everybody. And just a reminder that in 2 weeks from today, again, we have Frank Musto making his big debut. And David Todd, who I haven't seen David in years. I just know he's a beast, and he's just because we don't see him doesn't mean he doesn't train. He is a true warrior and a hell of a guy. And so, I think that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please continue to visit the International Martial Arts Showcase page for updates. David, that was really truly awesome, man. That was really awesome. I'm gonna have to go outside and bang on a tree or something now. That was awesome, man. Really. I might be driving to Philly this week.
Love you, man. Thank you so
All
much.
right, man. Thank you guys so much. Peace and love. Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Thank you for you guys' support. Thank you so much.